Welcome to Pocket Pennant Run 2.0, the only fully fledged baseball simulation that fits in the palm of your hand. Today's video is on Game Sim. If you have any questions about the main menu, see our introductory video on that. Game Sim, let's play ball. This is the Game Sim setup situation where using the teams that you've created in the team management section, that you can simulate the teams against each other. It works great for if you have a league going on and you want to see how your team matches up using different lineups against the other team or players in your league. So first you start off by giving it a game ID. Let's just say it's game 1. You can also use this for trying to simulate the World Series, like this year against the Astros and the Phillies. You could put in their lineups for the day and simulate all you want and see how close it comes to what the actual results are that night. So let's pick first. You pick a visitor's team. Let's do the 64 Orioles. You must have a lineup saved to do this. If not, go back to team management and make a lineup. We pick the starters. Then you pick the starting pitcher. It gives you their pitching rating and what their fatigue number is. So we'll pick Milt Pappas. Now, you have up to 3 relievers that you can say when you want them to come in the game. So from your reliever list, you pick, let's say Stu Miller, and it also tells you his rating and his fatigue. And you can have 2 different reasons to bring them in. The first, you can either be by when the SP rating gets to a certain level or when it's a certain inning. So we'll say if the SP rating gets down to a C, which could happen in the first inning or in the 8th inning, we want Stu Miller to come in. And then the second reason is we want him to come in no matter what by the 8th inning. Well, we know in the 8th inning he'll come in, so you really don't need to use inning. Now, the second reliever is based on the reliever. So we want Harvey Haddix to come in and be the closer. And we can put a safeguard in here and say we want him to come in if Stu Miller ever hits a C, but we definitely want him to come in the 9th inning. And then we can have a third one as a backup if we want. Harvey can pitch 2 innings without losing a grade, so we can say we want Dick Hall to come in if the inning is ever 11, so that he relieves the other one. And then you pick your home team, starters, and we'll pick old Jim Perky. And the first reliever we'll use for him is Sam Ellis. He can throw 2, so that'll get us through the 8th inning, as long as old Perky doesn't lose his brains in the middle of the game. But we'll say that we want him to come in when Perky becomes a C. That should be in the 7th inning. And he can pitch 2 innings. Then let's have Billy Cool come in, and we'll say we want him to pitch the 8th inning. And then we'll have Bill Henry come in and close it out in the 9th. That's all you do. It's very simple. The Game Sim comes with a new AI manager. And what he does is he helps you out. And he decides when the players will steal, when they'll sack bunt, when they'll squeeze play bunt, or when they'll hit and run. And those are all determined based on who's up, who's pitching, who the catcher is, who's on base, and how many outs. If you're interested in how we determine that, let us know, and we can go ahead and post that for you. It's basically the most used settings that we've found in our leagues that we've played. So when you get all your stuff loaded up, you hit Game Sim, and it plays the game and gives you your readout. And here's your box score. Looks like the Reds beat the Orioles 3-2. Here's the box score for the Orioles. Milt Pappas pitched 7, and then Stu Miller pitched 1 inning for 8. And the Cincinnati Reds, there we go. They each came in for their 1 inning of relief. Looks like it was a great choice because it shut down the Reds. It shut down the Orioles in the game. You have the option to play again. But you also have the option to look at the game recap. And this shows you a player-by-player, roll-by-roll outcome of the game. Tells you who's at the bat, who the pitcher was and what was his letter grade, who the batter was. And this is his rolls. He rolled a red 5, a yellow 3, and a blue 9. This is what the play was based on those rolls. You can actually look it up in your charts and see if it was correct. And this tells you the constant load of who was on base. So Luis Aparicio grounded out to first base. Next up was Jerry Adair. He hit a fly ball to center field. And then Sam Bowens came up, and he beat out a single. So you see Sam Bowens on first base. And number 4, Brooks Robinson was up, and he scribbled it out to the looks like the catcher threw him out at first base. Also tells you at that at bat how many runs scored for that batter. And then it switches innings. It tells you who's up. The home team is up. There's the Reds are at bat, who the new pitcher is. It looks like he struck out. And as you go through the game, and we'll get down to about the 6th inning when we had pitcher changes. Oh, here we go. 6th inning. The away team. There we go. Here's a good thing. Luis Aparicio hit a single, and he got on first base. And it looks like the AI coach called for him to steal, and he got caught. So it tells you right here he got caught stealing. If we go to Luis Aparicio's thing, we can see he got caught stealing 1 time. Which was a shame because Jerry Adair came up and singled, and Sam Bowens singled right after him. So it would have scored him. All right. So now we can see 7th inning. The Orioles were up to bat, and the Reds started bringing in their relievers. It tells you, first of all, that the pitcher fatigue kicked in, and so his rating was reduced. And we had said that when he became a C, we wanted Sammy Ellis to come in. And so it tells you the pitching changed. Sammy Ellis in for Bob Perkey. And so now Sammy Ellis is pitching. He was the A. And that's the game. This also is saved to your game sheets folder. And here's the Game 1 game sim. If you open it up, it gives you the page 1 is your entire box score, and then it gives you the actual play out, so you can have it on paper also. This works out great in your leagues when your league manager has to sim a game because a coach wasn't available to play his games that week, and you can put a record in the folder for them to see how did the game go, and if they're keeping stats for their players, how they did. You can hit play again. It will play the game again with the same settings that you had before. If you wanted to change pitchers or change the lineups, then you would hit close and reset it. This time it looks like the game went 10 innings, and the Orioles squeaked it out 2-1. And that's Game Sim. Hope you enjoy it. It's really fun to play along and sim the actual games being played during the day and see how they compare. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know on Facebook, and have a great day.